Hey, what's up, miners? Got our second B650M in. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a repad right off the bat. These don't smell like the ones that were in the other video that were all damaged, but they are the same pads, and I know they're made of that gross material. And looks like somebody cut them maybe with their fingernails. I don't know. But these are open box. I've been getting them from Amazon. 1 out of 1 was amazing. So we'll see how the second one does. Definitely leads me to believe they've been, somebody's played with it that wasn't, I don't know if they're RMA and they got third partied or what, but I don't think that's the original cover. Or the other one had a different one. And if that's how they're shipping from the factory, then wowza. Um, so, just Amazon. And I'll come down here and have my screen flicker. And I'll just look for the ones from Amazon resale. And right now it's 128. I will not pay that for a motherboard. I bought both of these for 105. So I just check that. If I'm looking for one, I'll check it every day, and it pays off, to be a little more prudent. So that's how I get them. That's how I price them. And I've already been through this, so I know on the coils or inductors, I'm going to run 0.5 mm, and then on the MOSFETs themselves, I'm going to run a 1 mm, and I'll cut them with scissors instead of my fingernails, like these people did. Alright, well, let's make some things better. I've got the board with the I/O facing away from me. That's the view, and then you can see rather self-explanatory, but there's 4 screws that do hold it on, and I'll pull those off, and well, can't really do it on camera, but I'm going to grab it with one hand and flip it over. And then it just takes a little bit of prying, like on this side with your fingers, and it'll just kind of pop off. And then when we do pull it, we want to make sure that we go straight up. And then at that point, we've got our silly pads that somebody put in. Let's get those out of there. Don't know where you came from, don't know why you're there. There's a naked B650M Aorus Elite AX. This is the first series. I don't know what the update was on the other one, but they do have different BIOS when you go to update them. So something did change. Don't know what that was, but we'll get some pads on here and get this set up. And so when I do the cuts, I like to go ahead and measure like this. And so I've just set it slightly past, oh, this camera's terrible, the width of the MOSFETs. And so then I'll come into here and now I know my length, right? So I'll use the other side of my dial indicator. I guess this doesn't have a dial on it, but measuring device. And so here, sometimes I'll measure like that, since the heatsink is right here. I'll go ahead and just measure the width of this. And oh, so I just get close to the edge. It's about where we want it. And I'll come down to here, and so we've already marked our length. And now we're just going to give ourselves a little line to cut on. Doesn't have to be exact. I've just found this to be the quickest way to kind of get close without making a big old mess. And that's kind of how it ends up. So I'll do a quick cut and slap that on there. And that just kind of takes a lot of the guesswork out of where to cut. So there's our 1mm pads on the MOSFETs and our 1/2 mils on the coils. So this one I cut a little crooked by mistake. And this one I cut a little crooked intentionally. As you can see, that last coil is a little farther forward. So. But that's it. Just cut some rectangles and wipe that down with alcohol. And we'll put this on here. And then once I have the heatsink on, then I'll hold that tightly and flip the whole thing over and tighten the 4 screws. So we're all on. This sticks out a little bit, but I'm not too concerned with that. Very clean back here, and very much more clean down there. So yeah, mainly those factory or whatever. I don't think they're from the factory. I think some rebuilder or remanufacturer is using those, and they're gross. So I would replace those immediately. And you're good to go. So, pretty awesome board. Had really good results. High hopes for this one. What am I waiting on? I'm waiting on some RAM, and we'll get this one built. So, we'll see when UPS shows up. But that is the Amazon open box Aorus heatsink repad trick. All right, happy hashing, y'all.